everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aina Salsabiela. I am a student from A class of Pancasakti University Tegal. In this great occasion, I have the opportunity to deliver my paper. My paper is about the nature of the ideolingual method and application procedure in teaching speaking for 7th grade of junior high school. Actually, this paper is submitted to fulfill assignment of ELT subject. Okay, now I will be talking about introduction in chapter 1. First of all is background of the problem. The second, formulation of the problem. The last is objectivity. First point is background of the problem. Language is a tool of communication and language is the vehicle to make relationship among people. Without language, it is impossible for everyone to make interaction each other. According to Setiadi, language is a system for the expression of meaning. The second point is formulation of the problem. How is the process of nature, the audiolingual method and application procedure in teaching speaking for 7th grade of junior high school? The third point is objectivity. To know the process of teaching speaking by using audiolingual method. And to know the problem of teaching speaking by using audiolingual method. Next, chapter 2, discussion. In this discussion, I will explain about literature review, speaking, teaching speaking, learning speaking, concept of ALM, procedure of ALM, teaching speaking through of ALM, procedure and teaching learning of ALM, advantages of using ALM, and disadvantages of ALM. Literature review. English as an international language that has large influence to human life. English has been acknowledged by most countries in the world as an international language. Next, speaking. Definition of speaking. Speaking is one of the skills that have to be mastered by students in learning English. And then element of speaking. Harmer states that the ability to speak in English needs the element necessary for the spoken production as the follow. First, language feature. The second, expressive device. The third, lexis and grammar. And the last is negotiation language. Next, teaching speaking. Definition of teaching speaking is the way for teacher to transfer their knowledge to the student. Teaching speaking is to train students to communicate, how to use language for communication, for transferring ideas, thought, or even feelings to other people. And then teacher's problem in teaching speaking is one of important skill in English as a foreign language. There are some problems in teaching speaking according to Thornbury. There are some problems in learning speaking. They are knowledge factor is the learner does not yet know aspect of language, the enable production. Next, learning speaking. Definition of learning speaking is defined and process that brings together cognitive, emotional, and environmental influence for the purpose of making change in one's knowledge, skills, values, and worldviews. Okay, now student problem in learning speaking. They are include inhibition, unlike reading, writing, and listening activities. Speaking requires some degree of real-time exposure to an audience learners. And then nothing to say. Even if they are not inhibition, you often hear learners complain that they cannot think of anything to say. And then loud or uneven participant. And the last is mother tongue use. In classes where all or a number of the learners share the same mother tongue, they may tend to use it because it is easier. Next point is concept of ALM. In this in this research, this method was used in the classroom to improve the student speaking ability, and it was hoped that his method facilitates students to use the target language, especially English, in daily life. The next point is procedure of ALM. There are the number types of ALM. They are dialogue memorize, backward with eye, repetition drills, chain drill, single slot substitution drill, multi-type slot substitution drill, transformation drill, question and answer drill. Use minimal pairs, complete the dialogue and grammar game. Next point is teaching speaking through the ALM. This concept of teaching is aimed to make improvement in student speaking ability as clearly stated by Harris. Vocabulary, pronunciation including the segmental feature, fluently, the ease and speed of the flow of speech, and last is grammar. The speaking ability is needed to be mastered by the student to communicate in the speaking class at school environment. The other point is procedure and teaching learning speaking through ALM. Audiolingual method has an appropriate procedure of presenting the language materials. And then advantages of using ALM. First, learners are able speaking the target language communicatively. And then learners have two difficulties to understand the lesson as it is carried out in the mother tongue. Next, learners are able to give correct response directly. In addition, learners more concerned about the combination between behavioral psychology and linguistics. And the last point is disadvantages of using ALM. First, the primary aim of foreign language instruction in the school has always been education and cultural. Next, real conversation is difficult to achieve in the classroom because the time to develop it is limited. Conversation must not be confused with oral practice. Speaking ability it is most difficult path of foreign language to teach and to acquire. This ability is less likely to be retained, for it depends of conscious language. It is difficult to teach because it requires unusual resourcefulness, ability, and energy on the part of the teacher. And conversational competence depend essential on an extensive vocabulary memorization of numeric speech patterns and the automatic control stress. The last one is chapter 3, conclusion and suggestion. Conclusion. The first point is audiolingual method was not easy to be implemented by the teacher and student because there are teachers' problem and students' problem in teaching and learning process. The second point, the teacher problem faced by the teacher in learning speaking through audiolingual method. The last point is the student problems in learning speaking through ALM were difficult to pronounce the word and memorize the word. Next is suggestion. Suggestion for the teacher. The teacher should provide a variety of technique, especially in teaching. In teaching speaking in order to make teaching and learning process more understanding and to attract the student in learning English. The teacher should use variety of rhythms. The teacher should use standard textbook so the teacher can prepare the material well. Suggestion for the student. The student should be more active and have motivation to learn and practice their English at school or out of school to improve their speaking. In learning speaking, students should practice speaking they have learned in everyday life. And then the last is the students should keep trying hard and be nice student as always. So there are my conclusion and suggestion from paper. Okay, now we come to the end of this presentation. I would like to thank you so much for attention and hopefully this paper is beneficial. Thank you so much for attention. See you. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.